Welcome to Diecast Culture. I've just returned home from an epic road trip across Europe between UK and Poland. I'd love to say it was for a holiday, but it was to go and clear out my wife's mum's flat, my mother-in-law's flat in Poland, of various bits and pieces. And yes, it was an epic drive. It was around about 1,500 miles each way, and we drove in my Ford Transit van, which is great to drive with its 6 gears, so cruising at 70. The RPM was around about 1750, so super quiet, tons of space in it. And yeah, this is the van that I had converted myself last summer into a DIY camper, and at the back there's still tons of space for luggage. And along the route I managed to source various Hot Wheels and some Matchbox, and were there any other brands? Can't remember right now, but in a moment we will take a look. Just before we do, I'm just going to show you my Hot Wheels room, if you wish. So we'll just do a little circuit of it. Obviously the background is out of focus at the moment, but gives you a nice idea of what it's like. Here is a closer look. I purchased these cabinets from Argos, UK, and they serve the purpose really well. They keep the dust off my die-cast. This one, not so much die-cast. This is my son's. Well, he's becoming quite a grown teenager now, but I reserved this cabinet for his Lego people. And yeah, Warhammer stuff. There is a 3D printed Walter White. His face looks a little bit slim. We'll pop into the garden now and crack open some die-cast. Okay, so we'll take a look at the first one, which is a Hot Wheels 1987 Ford Sierra Cosworth. I remember when these came out, when the Cosworth came out in the UK. It was totally different to the previous Ford Cortina, which is more angular. So finished in baby pink. Wheels go quite well with this. Goodyear on the side. Yeah, I know, in this scale, in a basic mainline, there's not a ton of detail on this, but it gets the essence of what the real car looks like. Custom Personnalisé 2020 Honda. I've got a feeling that Matchbox does a version of this. In fact, I've got it in red, and I'd love to put them side by side, because whilst the Matchbox one is the stock version, Hot Wheels have done their own pimped version. So I think this is a Civic. It didn't say Civic on the card, but Hot Wheels have made this Civic look cool. So they've got flared wheel arches, track is a little bit wider, nice bit of detail at the back, and they've got this roof which is in plastic, which I never like. However, that's what they've done, but it makes it look lower to the ground. And then they've got these detail on the headlights, plus and minus. What does that mean? It's got something to do with the fact that it's electric, maybe. Don't they look great together? The contrasting colours. Now I've just realised I've opened this up off camera, so this is a Mazda RX-3. Always like this casting, and when I say that, when a collector says I always like this casting, that can only mean one thing: they've got several versions of it, or they've got it in different colours. Solid little casting, and oh so cool. Would have been nice if they put some tampos, detailed the rear lights and the front. Nice wheels. So a very cool Matchbox. This is an Austin Healey Roadster, or in French, Cabriolet Décapotable. And the Austin Healey was a British sports car in the 1960s, very small. Performance, probably by today's standards, pretty bad. I mean, it was never, I don't think it was ever meant to be in the sports car league. It may have done, say, 95 miles an hour top speed. I'm guessing here, might have it totally wrong. 0 to 60 might have been about 15 seconds. So, you know, nothing to write home about, as they say. But I like this because the graphics along the side, and that's a great photograph. And I found this one at a service station along an autobahn. I think it was in Germany, and I say I think because on our epic road trip between UK and Poland, we travelled through France, Belgium, Holland and Germany and Poland. Chocolate brown interior, the usual excuse for a steering wheel from Hot Wheels, thanks for that. But, sorry, Matchbox. I like the little detail of the hinges on the back. They've been chromed. Bumpers have been done well. Front looks great. Shame about the sticking out wheel there. That's kind of, yeah, annoying how they do that. What a lovely looking sports car. And like I said, it's quite tiny if you were to see it in real life, as they say. But very nice model. Really pleased with that. And scale wise, against the RX-3, it should be a lot smaller than that. Another very cool casting by Matchbox, 1974 Bronco. Lifetime, designed for a lifetime. Just reading what it says on the card there. Yeah, so I've got a Ford, a primrose yellow Ford pickup truck by Matchbox, which makes me think it's done by the same designer as this one. It's just sort of completely stock model, and a really nice scale as well. So obviously it's meant to be 1/64 scale, and I think this probably is 1/64 scale. It's a decent size for this off-road vehicle. Sits very high. Kind of annoys me that they've got the rivet in the base there. I mean, it just looks so unrealistic. There's just, they don't have to do it like that. But really nice graphics on the front to represent the grille. I do like that. These the wheels go really well with this stock version. Really clean, as they say. Very nice looking on the back. Spare wheel, and again a crazy place for that column in the back of it for the, whatchamacallit, very basic interior, but yeah, oh so cool. And look how that sits above the rest of the traffic. So this surprised me from Matchbox. Porsche 911 Carrera Cabriolet. In that, they've done it really well. Gorgeous looking car. So the sun's come out. In the UK, you don't always see the sun, so it's always nice to see it. The interior of this 911, it's a sort of metallic-y grey interior. Yeah, it would have been a little bit nicer if there was less of a sort of metallic sheen to that interior. But yeah, they've got the essence of the seat designs and yeah, the dashboard and the usual excuse for a steering wheel. But yeah, look at the back of that with the graphics showing the lights and the radiator vents, air vents for the engine, rear engine of course, or mid-engine technically. Is it mid-engine or rear engine, the 911? Just very nicely done. And some time ago Matchbox released a 911 GT3 RS, if I remember rightly, in orange, and equally just a beautifully executed model. This is a 1997 Toyota RAV4 off-road, or in French, or route. My dad used to have the long wheelbase version of this in silver, and when it came out, it's a really cool off-roader, really capable. It's a 2-litre engine, 2-litre petrol engine, created enough power to make it go really quite quick. On today's roads, it would appear quite small, I think, as cars have got bigger. It's a nice blue colour. This is right-hand drive. Quite nicely done. So why is that right-hand drive when the Austin Healey, which is a British sports car, is left-hand drive? Obviously, well, okay. Right. This is an unusual one. This is a Radical SR3 XXR. I would like to look it up on the internet. So this is probably a licensed casting. So there is a car like this in real life, I would imagine. Very angular. It's got 2 seats, very close together. Radical. Certainly looks radical. I'll give it that. It's my neighbour's dog called Bertie. He's a little dog, and that's his signature bark when anybody goes near his manor. We have a cartooned here 1979 GMC Vandura. The Vandura was always a cool van, really rugged looking vehicle, and this cartoon series yeah, makes them look like tuned versions, which I don't usually go for, but I have to say I like these. You can see on the back the other vehicles in the series, and they're all cool. I haven't bought them all, and don't necessarily intend to, but the 63 Chevy Corvette, bottom right, when you see that in the shop, it's like a bubble car, the way they've done it so well. The 47 Chevy Fleet Line, yeah, they're all awesome. 57 GMC panel on the top, I think I've got that one. I like the way they package these. I can kind of see these on the back of a trailer going to a car show. They're just so cool and they're really solidly done. Wheels are really, really nice. Matchbox Collectors by Mattel. I got this because I saw it and I liked it. Love the card art. And the box, if you collect the packaging, well, this is quite nice to have. Not sure if I will keep this. I'll probably keep it in a flat pack version because I just don't have the space. (1932) Ford Model Roadster. And I was saying to my wife the other day that what annoys me about Matchbox is that Matchbox was originally a British brand. And it was bought out by, well, along the way, several companies, but I think ultimately Mattel bought it. And Mattel continues to produce some really good examples, nicely executed models via Matchbox. But in terms of availability in the UK, I find they're so hard to come across. So the main places you can find Diecast toys in the UK, apart from online is pretty much the main source, is supermarkets, and even then there is a tiny choice available in most supermarket shelves, and that's pretty much about it. I mean, there's the odd toy shop as well, a few toy shops where you can get them, but even so, Matchbox is even harder than Hot Wheels to come across. Now, I do like this. This is a really solid casting. Metal base, it's got a weight to it, rubber tyres. I would go as far as saying it is gorgeous. Look at that paint scheme. It's so nicely done. That's so cool. Yeah, very simple interior. And yeah, surprising I suppose that Matchbox is doing something like this, because it's usually Hot Wheels' place to do these custom versions. So we're going to put it next to the Austin Healey. Right, there's one more die-cast car to have a look at today, and this is a really special one. I'm so pleased I've got hold of this. Check this out. Fast and Furious. My son tells me that this is the truck that towed the tanker away in whichever one it was, and this is so cool. And the card art is just awesome. On the back, you can see the others in this particular series. In fact, the top left, 1994 Honda Del Sol. I saw that in the shop. That was pretty cool, actually. Really small casting. Decided against getting it. But I have to say, in this series, this Chevy pickup truck just steals the show. Seen from above, it widens out at the back to give it some stability when it's towing that oil tanker. Awesome. So this deck is made of plastic. whereas this thin bit of chassis is metal. Wheels are great, really nicely done. So yeah, you can see how much wider the rear track is over the front. Love those exhaust stacks poking through the deck. Oh, that's so cool. The lighting on the back. And I know that number plate is going to say something significant. Very nice. Quite decent length casting as well, so they've slightly extended the wheelbase there. Interior is very basic. But yeah, what a lovely model. Look at that, and you can just see this is where Hot Wheels can do so well. So they've got the scale of this completely right, because the Chevy pickup truck is big vehicle in real life. It's a 1967 Chevy Custom. Okay guys, that's it for today. Hope you've enjoyed this review out in the sunshine, and happy hunting, and speak to you soon. Bye.